Guys, I'm sorry, people. I'm an amateur today. I was trying to get the camera to work as my new webcam, and then Bob saying a square was following my face and everything. So
I shouldn't have said anything.
was rearranging the room, and it's like the display, because I don't have somebody helping me put together this camera, and the display was showing. So I'm like, fuck it, for today, I'll just use the camera. You see my beautiful background of toys, which is awesome, and a cool little map. So maybe you guys can start staring at the map, and maybe there'll be a Mandela effect change, and somebody can call out and say, "Hey, look, your map's changed." I mean, you never know. And then, everything is going crazy because Bob, the reason I was setting this up is so I can start seeing like live people, so I can see multiple screens. My laptop is fully charged and won't even turn on. It just went out like 5 minutes before the show starts.
You have a witch cursing you, man. Somebody's cursing you.
So somebody's pissed off that we're doing biological creatures and stuff. I don't know what it is, but
I want to see that map behind you while you're bullshitting. You might need to put that up. That's Ireland, right?
Let me see.
Might need to see that. I might take a look at that. If it's a residue for some old style.
Yeah, that's Ireland. Yeah, that was your son bought that.
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I've been all over Ireland. I might take a look at that later on.
Yeah, because he was researching the you can't see it, but hold on. You can't see it, but right there is about the wood name in Ireland. About kind of like the history of the Wood family and stuff. Because we come from Scotland and partial Scotland, Irish. Ireland, Scotland, right? Two islands next to each other. It makes sense. So it's
interesting.
So man, oh man, oh man. Oh, welcome, Shekana. Welcome, welcome, Tomer. Hey, you know what, Tom? Tom, you're from Canada, and there's a YouTube show that I watch, and I put a couple up on my Reddit before. It's rock and roll stories, because I like some of these rock and roll stories, because some of them are just neat to hear about, and they came out with one yesterday, and I'm more or less, we think of, no offense, Tom, Canadians are the friendly people of the world, right? We think of Canadians are awesome, polite.
Yeah, they are.
That's what we think of them. We love Canada because we live close to them. But on a rock and roll story, they talk about one of it's considered the third largest riots that have ever happened at a rock and roll concert, and the third highest riot was actually in Toronto, Canada.
Whoa!
So I'm like, so I was watching it. So, and I'm like, of all bands, right? I don't know. You're thinking of a I don't know, a thrash metal kind of a band or something, but it was 92 or 95. It was actually an Alice Cooper concert.
Wow.
I like Alice Cooper, but I just don't think of him. And what it was is people went to a concert in Canada, and then out of the whole 15 years of Alice Cooper going on tour, he had to miss this one. He had to miss it for he got some kind of sickness that he always has since he was a kid. He actually had to miss one show. And I guess people were waiting for the show, and the opening act never showed up because they were stuck at the airport. So I guess it was like 10 p.m. at night when the guitar player of Alice Cooper came out and said, "Hey, sorry guys, we have to cancel this tour." And apparently these people in the stadium caused over $200,000 worth of damages, got so pissed off throwing chairs, and then apparently they went outside to the streets and they started to tip over food trucks.
In Canada.
In Canada, of all places. You know, I'm thinking,
We ain't home
wow,
no more.
wow. I never knew. You know, I like Alice Cooper. I like him. But I never knew that Alice Cooper was at a level where if he's not playing, you're going to fuck everything up.
Wow. Yeah, we're not home, man. Nobody in Canada goes crazy. You know you're in a different fucking dimension when Canada has a riot. That should be the breaking factor right there. That should tell everyone we're not home no more. Why? Canada had a riot, and then you'll have a large pause and a shock. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show it, but it's called Alice Cooper No Show Riot in Toronto, Canada. And
Wow.
and his videos are only like 4 minutes, 8 minutes, so they're kind of fun to watch. So here I'm gonna put the post. Is just in case if anybody wants to watch it. It was just weird hearing that this is in Canada because I think of Canada all friendly and all that, but they caused the third most highest riot to the point where Canada was almost saying that rock and roll is too evil and it's causing too much riots where they were about to ban metal bands to go to Toronto.
Now, what year was this? 80s. Gotta be 80s.
No. It was in the 90s.
No way.
It was either 92 or 95 in the video.
How would we not know this?
and it's just weird because it's considered the third highest. Let me see here. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to play it. Let me see if he puts show notes in it. Alice Cooper, infamous Canadian riot. Have a video request topic. Okay. So, okay, he doesn't. Let me see here. I cite the source from many different other people's accounts. Canadians are always made out to be friendly people, but friendly people even have their limits. Whenever you think of crowds getting out of control at concerts, the infamous 1992 Montreal riot during the Metallica Guns N' Roses tour comes to mind. But there was another well-known Canadian riot. It involved shock rocker Alice Cooper, and it resulted in one of the worst riots in the country's history. That's what we're going to talk about today. So basically, like I said, they had to call backup force of over 200 police to show up to quell the crowd, to push them out into the streets. As the crowd moved outside the stadium, they took out their anger on food trucks and streetcar. And at the end of the night, 30 people were arrested, 20 different charges, including assault and drug possession. $200,000 in damages was done to the venue. And 18 people were hospitalized, including 5 policemen. Whoa. My God, this happened in Canada.
What kind of food trucks do they have in Canada? Like, that area. Where's it at?
Toronto.
What kind of food trucks do they have in Toronto?
Says the Stanley Cup riots in Vancouver were nuts.
Well, that's just natural sports insanity. That don't count.
Riots would happen if they announced no beer, smokes, or back bacon.
Yeah, back bacon. No more rations for you guys. No more syrup. No more. Yeah, no.
So it was just like, it just came out today, and I watched it. I'm like, wow, Canada, my God, you guys got a sleeping, like they're like the sleeping giant. Like they're gonna come out and just, we think of America as evil, right? Like the Walking Dead, Americans. But I guess we gotta watch out for those Canadians. They might be the ones be taking over, like the movie Canadian Bacon. Maybe they are hiding weapons. Maybe they are starting a secret army to attack us.
Well, we're talking about mythology and weird stuff. Can you type in Canadian food truck, Montreal? Was it Montreal or wherever it's at? Toronto Canadian food truck. We'll see what are we talking about here? What's the gist of the violence? I want to see this. I got to see. Tom Murr, we have to see what your food trucks look like in Toronto. I want to see what they look like.
Food trucks.
Okay, let's see what you got going on here.
Let me see here. Okay, let me pop up the images.
What is it? What does it look like? We're talking tacos?
Yeah, you're right. And Don says, yeah, there was a Guns N' Roses Metallica riot in Montreal. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just weird that the Toronto fans, they got so pissed off. But well, here we go. This is
Shit. So this is the food trucks in Toronto. So these guys got knocked over. So what are they?
I mean, these are newer ones. I don't know if these were the ones that was there in 1992.
I just want to get an idea what kind of food they have in the food trucks. I was just curious.
Here's one.
Okay, so pulled pork is what they have. Is it fish? What is the food truck in
type
Toronto?
in 1992 Alice Cooper rice. Let me see if there's any pictures. Maybe there is.
Yeah.
1992 Alice Cooper Toronto riot.
Let's see, we got
fans riot after Alice Cooper fails the show. Top 5 concert crowd starts to riot.
that yellow cop car. That's a weird ass cop car.
Yeah, that is.
What the? Does it have the single light on top?
Single light. It's got the
it's got the big one. It's got the trash can light one. It's got this huge single weird light.
Rock fans on rampage at CNE. Ontario Place riot may spark rock band. Alice Cooper. Oh no, it's 1980. That's not really. Cooper no show causes fans. Look at that. That's a picture. That was a picture taken.
Wow.
There's no fans, man. I guess fucking Toronto, man. I guess you guys really like your Alice Cooper. Hey, I like Alice Cooper too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he's enough for me to go riot.
Yeah,
I think they like annoying other food North American.
So we know now to keep the Canadians away from food trucks when they get pissed. They'd be knocking over taco trucks.
No, I thought that was kind of a cute story. I know Tom's from Canada, so I thought, man.
All right.
I just never thought that Alice Cooper would pull that kind of a riot.
Sure did. Those guys. I like the car. I like the cop car. I like that right there. That's weird. That front end looks fucking weird to me. That front end looks weird. They got that big ass single light on the back, on top. That big single monster light.
And the funny thing is, that was like his first absence of a concert in 15 years.
Ooh.
And he caused that.
Hey, he looks like a clown.
I think what they said was part of the issue was that they didn't come out to 10 p.m. at night. So I guess it was a hot, muggy day, and everybody was, people got there around 5 or 6, and you didn't find out the whole concert was canceled until 4 or 5 hours later.
Oh gosh.
So you could probably say it was a buildup.
Yeah.
And then it was just kind of
powder keg of anger.
It wasn't a quiet riot. No, it wasn't a quiet riot. Nope, it wasn't. So we got to keep our eye on those Canadians, man.
Yeah. I think in this timeline, the Canadians are probably, it's the opposite. They're violent in this timeline. It's the opposite. They're the killers. It's the Canadian killers. Yeah, like it's the opposite. Yeah.
Alice Cooper Toronto riot. Well, he had another riot in August 19th, 1980.
Edmonton. Yellow police car. Yeah, the yellow police car.
So Alice Cooper always has riots in Toronto. Guess he had another one in 1980 in Toronto.
What?
Wow, they really like their Alice Cooper.
Did they take out the food trucks in the 80s too? Also, huh? I would not want to be a food truck guy around Alice Cooper's concerts.
Oh, you know what's cool? Um, I don't know if this is synchronized, but I didn't realize this that my wife took a music history in college.
Uh-huh.
And part of one of her assignments were about the quiet riots, about the riots and stuff. So,
Quiet
man, she
Riot,
knows a
the
lot about
band?
the riots. So I guess she's heard of this. My own wife heard about this, and I didn't.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, that's kind of cool. That's
I've
cool.
never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know why I brought it up, but I just saw Tom, and it was just like, it was cool. So that was cool.
That weird front end of the car.
So what do you
Okay.
got going on this weekend?
Oh, yeah. I might do a show tomorrow. Other than that, we've been busy just hiking. It's got cold, though. It started to hail. Felt like it's going to snow. Then in one day it'll be warm. It's like, what's up with the weather? It's cold, and then it's warm. Then it's cold, and it get a hail today for a little bit. So, weird weather. Unusual. I've been here for going on past 3 years, and this is the weirdest one yet. So we're headed somewhere. Weather's getting funkadelic.
Yeah, it was beautiful
Duly
all
known.
week. It was beautiful all week this week, and then today it's a typical rainy day.
Oh, wow. See, it's weird. Whatever happens on the same parallel line, like so England is on the same where I'm at, it's on the same parallel line on the whatever map you want to call this with Washington. I looked at the map, it's on the same parallel line, but the opposite ends. So but oddly enough, whatever happens, Eric, in Washington, if it rains in Washington, if it's cold, same thing happens in England. But it's on the same parallel line. So I don't give a fuck if it's on the same line. How the hell is it the same? It's throwing me off, man. It don't make no sense. Because this is the East Coast.
According to Don H, Don wrote Robert Day of the Dead is it right now. Robert Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. Yes, that's what it feels like with the weather and everything and people. But that same parallel line weather thing is throwing me off. This is Eastern, okay? And then that is Western. So it's completely, even though they're on the same parallel line, how is it they're getting the same fucking weather? Serious. It's weird. Because you got rain and we got hail, but we're a distance apart. But then again, I told you when I flew here, flew here under 9 hours, straight from Washington straight to London, under 9 hours. It's like, how the fuck did we get here so fast? How are we flying so fast? Also, we never ever flew over Greenland. Always flew over the water next to Greenland. Now we're flying right over Greenland, like over Greenland. I'm looking down at Greenland. So when the fuck did this pattern change? When the hell did we fly over Greenland? We've never flew over Greenland. So really weird. People don't see it because you're in your house, you're in your cubicle. But outside of that, this place is getting smaller. It's getting weird, oddly smaller and more weird. Just don't see it. But I do. I'm seeing it.
Everybody in the chat, if you haven't watched it yet, I recommend you guys watching my interview I did with the guy named Mark Curran, How to Make a Horror Movie with director Mark Curran. I recommend you guys watching it because it's fun to learn things, even though I know a lot of you don't really care for movies and stuff, but just listen to people on the process on how to do certain things is pretty awesome. And you kind of learn a lot of things because one of the questions I was asking them, because because of the streaming services, there's so many of them now. Does it give more people jobs, right? I was asking, right? Like, do more people like you have chances now to jump on because everybody's having their own streaming services and everybody's creating their own content.
Hmm.
And then he's actually honestly goes, actually it's the opposite, that they stick with their bigger companies. They get locked in contracts like the Blumhouses and all that, and they don't really outsource new directors and stuff coming in. And he goes, he hasn't seen it. So I'm like, oh, there's something like that's kind of interesting, because I'm always thinking like, to create more content, right? To get more shows, I would think you need more people.
Yeah.
But apparently, I'm sorry. My wife says my husband hogs the TV. Otherwise, I watch it. I don't hog the TV. Come on, I don't hog the TV.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You like your television. You like TV. You like the TVs.
So it was just cool listening to how interesting it is. And his last movie that comes out tomorrow on rental services like Amazon Prime, it's a $30,000 film. And to make a movie, if you think about Paranormal Activity cost about $90,000 to make. That's not chunk change.
Yeah,
but his only costed $30,000, and for a movie for $30,000, it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah, mostly promotion. A lot of promotional stuff. A lot of money for promotion.
Well, and it was kind of cool because he reached out to me.
Yeah,
I didn't find him. And it's like cool. It's like somebody says in the chat before, you never know who's watching your show.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Still waiting for Bill Murray to come on.
I never watched TV. I believe it's the greatest weapon against the mind. Well, listen. You can say that. I mean, I'm not here to tell people that TV is the safest place in the world, but if you really think about it, any social kind of media is a weapon against the mind. Radio, YouTube's no different. Instagram, you got, TikTok, Twitter, wherever you get your information from, you could technically say it's the same as TV. It's just another form of getting your information. So, I always say this too, all because somebody's on YouTube who's not a famous actor and actress, it doesn't mean they're correct themselves.
Yeah.
You got to take everything with a grain of salt. You just have to be
wrong all the
stronger.
time.
You have to be stronger than a weak mind and not be so easy to be influenced by whatever you hear. Bob always says this, and I back him up on this, that Bob always says, you do your own research because you don't know what's true. So like I said, if you hear a story from a Republican side, well, go see what the Democrats saying. Then if you hear something from the Democrats, see what the Republicans are saying. Then look for an independent. Gather information from all different places, because someone's on the radio doesn't mean they're correct. When we talked to Mark Karan, we talked about, critics, like movie critics, right? Most movie critics hate horror movies because they don't consider a horror movie any kind of artwork. They don't, because they look at a horror movie like it's cheap thrills, and they don't really see what the movie really is, and so you don't get the truth. You don't get the truth because they already have this prejudice going in there. And most critics who do horror reviews, because they have to, like, oh, The Conjuring comes out, great, I got to go watch it.
Yeah,
they're going in there. They're not open-minded. So what I'm telling you guys is doesn't matter where you're getting your source from. Just make sure you study where you're getting the source from and just do your own research and then make your own conclusion. That's all you can do.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of your research will come up as, I don't know, it's bullshit itself. But the fact that you got to see bullshit research to know what bullshit research looks like. The old joke goes, how do you know what horse shit looks like unless you see horse shit? You can see a picture of it. You can hear about it, but unless you actually see horse shit and look at it and with real eyes, you don't know what it is. So even if you do your own research, yeah, it's probably a bunch of bullshit or horse shit, but you still have to do it to know what it is.
I like this. Okay, I would like that job reviewing horror films. Oh God. Oh, me too. Oh, I would love to get paid to
Yeah.
give people my thoughts on horror movies because I'll give you my thoughts. I'll give
Yeah.
you, the messages behind it. And
It's
Don gives you a thumbs up for that. Ellie wrote, "The heart observes, the head judges, observe the TV through the heart." Hey, television is entertainment. That's how I take it. I don't take television as my 100% news source.
Yeah, and a lot of it's horse shit, but you got to see it to know what it is.
TV and radio have been very biased since way back. Yeah, it's because most radios and TV are owned by the same corporation. I mean, yes, in theory, there's 200 or 200 to 1,000 channels, right? There's about 200,000 channels, but when you break it all down, they're owned by maybe 5 companies. 5 companies owns over 1,000 channels. So yes, it's very influential by whoever owns the thing. Because I mean, Bob Bob won't do this, but say Bob got a job with Fox News. Can you imagine Bob on Fox News?
That'd be great.
I would pay to see that. Even Bob, might have a true thought, but some guy might go to Bob and say, "Hey, if you want to keep your job,
you better say it this way.
You need to take this information and mold it to this."
Yeah. This is how I watch the news. I watch it like this because it's going to be bullshit. It's going to be fucking, but I'm writing it down. So I'm writing down the good information at whatever that information is that's considered good. And then I write down what I think is bullshit. And of course, they always flash numbers. It's inevitable. There's going to be a 13. There's going to be a 33. There's going to be 33 deaths. And there's nine deaths and 11 people rioted. Oh, okay. Okay. I do the numbers. I'm sitting there. I made entire movie clips of the news just saying we have 13 million more blah, blah, blahs. We have 33 million or 33,000 deaths. So I'm like 33,000 deaths. And I'm writing it down. I'm like, you could just see the consistencies, and the consistencies with numbers. Bob would be good. So so it's sometimes entertaining in that, it is full of shit, but it's also loaded with codes. These pieces of shit just read what's given to them, and it's filled with codes, just filled with it. Write it down and just keep it up. Keep up with. You want to research the enemy, you gotta research the enemy. That's just where we are now. There's them, the others, and then there's you. And so you want to be ahead of the game. You have to go to the enemy camp.
Somebody's got a question for you. Do you think these numbers are not only to send messages but to warn us?
What it is, their communication amongst themselves. For example, that's a good fucking question, by the way. For example, you guys do your own research. Go back and look at this. Don't just listen to me so you guys can learn. I teach you how to ride a bike. So when you guys remember back in the day, just a few years back, there was the nuclear weapon scare that came out of North Korea, and the alarms were being triggered in Hawaii. You guys remember that, Eric? When the Hawaiian, the nuclear weapon, they have a siren for a nuclear attack in Hawaii. A few years back, I think Rocha, Joey's in here. Joey will vouch it. There was this nuclear weapon from North Korea attack siren going off in Hawaii. It turns out that it was a mistake. Okay, it was a mistake. So the newscaster was interviewing the guy who was privy to that information that it was a big-ass mistake, and he was apologetic and all that fun stuff to Hawaii and everybody else. But what people didn't notice was his hands were crossed like this. Now, as the guy was talking, his hands were crossed. And on his finger, he was wearing a ring. And on that ring was the Freemasonry. Now, I used to be in Freemasonry, so I know I know the signal. So he had his, in a way that we learned it from the Freemasonry, a certain symbol. You put your hands over your other hand. It's a thing you learn. And there was the ring. So when he was talking to other Freemasons, saying this was a hoax, this is part of the game, Relax. It's all part of the game. So those are the people that are in Freemasonry in Wisconsin are watching the guy in Brother So-and-so in Hawaii. They go, oh, relax, honey. It's just a game. It's not real. They know it was fake. So in a lot of these newscasts, we talk about numbers. They give out numbers. Now, the common folk isn't going to know about it, but the guy in Wisconsin that has a paranormal, whatever attack all the time, he'll calm down because he knows it's fake because they gave him the fake signal. They gave him the fake signal that he learned in his lodge so he can relax. So Joe Schmo that's in the Freemasonry can relax, which is mostly the common man and common whatever, your working neighbor or whatever. So they're relaxed. Now, Eric's not in Freemasonry, so Eric's going to have a fucking shit fit. Honey, they goddamn almost blew up Hawaii with nuclear weapons from North Korea. And she's like, oh my God, did you see that? That's so fucking bad. Now they're having a conniption fit with the guy in Wisconsin. He saw the ring and the way his hands was cusping over like this. Now he's not having a shit fit. He's like, oh, don't worry about it, honey. It's just fake. It's brother so-and-so. He's giving us the signal that it's fake. That's how they do it in the news, guys. They're communicating each other with codes and signals, but you guys don't know them. So I suggest you learn them and just relax. Look for those little things and go, oh, it's fake. Okay, relax. It's just fake. So that's that. Your question was a good question. There's your answer for it.
Yeah. I don't need Hawaii to get blown up because I've never been there yet.
Yeah, so you would think it's for real, as in the people that are in the lodge would say, no, it's not real because we see the signal saying it's not real. Just shut your mouth and go along with the game. So that's the big difference. It's not me. I'm not bullshitting people. I'm not lying to you. This is a fact. Jack.
Hero,
it's so sense. Easy to see it once you did.
So for the elite and the devil only, laugh out loud. Primula, we are under the power of mental pigs. Their essence of and personality is greed and selfishness and no spiritual purpose. Someone once said, if a man is able to interpret our symbolism, a great veil will fall from mankind's eyes.
Yeah, I try to give people the answers only because I'm from Sagittarius Arms version of Freemasonry. I'm not from this one. So I don't have any allegiance to these cocksuckers. The ones back home, yes, but not to these guys. This is the upside down version of them. I don't fucking like them. I don't care.
Now I want to ask you a couple things. Couple Mandelas.
Yay.
So a couple Mandelas. And you mentioned this one before. I know you did, and I don't have a. I'm trying to remember if you. I know you did because you asked me this once because I was watching Hazel Fever's live show with maybe Mandela, and they were talking about the song, "Ring Around the Rosy" or where the word ashes. I forgot how the lyrics go.
So don't tell me.
It's not ashes, ashes.
Don't
what's
ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes. We all fall down.
What's the song called? What's the name of that song?
I don't know, but I'm just singing it. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to have anything in my head, so I'm going to ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes. We all fall down.
Ring around them.
If that's how I remember, that's how I remember it. Now, again, I'm a kid singing that song, so I could be singing it wrong.
The song is called "Ring Around the Rosie." I know he asked yesterday, he goes, "What do you remember the song was called? Ring Around the," and I wrote roses because I for whatever reason I thought it was roses, and a lot of people wrote Rosie. I'm like roses, Rosie. I mean, I guess it could be the same.
You're a kid when you sung that song, so whatever your mind interprets.
But I remember then he goes, ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down.
What the fuck is that?
We all fall down. The king has sent his daughter to fetch a pail of water, a tissue, we all fall down. Hold on. Is this a different song?
A tissue?
A robin on the steeple is singing to the people, a tissue, we all fall. That's got to be a different song, right?
Ashes, ashes.
But the one he had up had a total different word. It was like a topi, or it was. Hold on.
Ash. It's about the plague.
Hold on. What? Yes, ring around the rosy. Rosy was checks. Posies the ward off sickness. Ring around the rosy. But how come? Because the word wasn't tissue. Tissue. Did I get the wrong lyrics?
No, it was ashes. Ashes. We all fall down. I know that fucking by heart, man. Who didn't sing? You know, when you're doing the jump rope. No, I'm not gay, but you're a kid. You're singing the stupid song with a bunch of other kids doing jump rope when you're a kid. Ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies, ashes. We all fall down, and everyone falls down. You're a little kid. You're just thinking the song. But yeah, it's about the plague. About the plague.
What is this? Hold on. The British version is different than the USA version.
I can believe it. I believe it. I have seen that. I've seen that.
A tissue is what we said in England. Okay. Because the lyrics that Faisal show wasn't ashes and it wasn't tissue. It wasn't tissue. Then let me type in American lyrics.
Yeah, that's correct. There is a huge difference, especially when it comes to the spelling. They're calling that's the Mandela effect for me. It's not the spelling; it's the fact that they have a 100% pure. I've checked it myself. A European spelling of a word, but it's showing up in American literature under. You know, Americans misspelled. English people need to understand this. Americans spell a lot of shit differently.
No. Okay.
So in this timeline, a lot of American spellings are now, in fact, English or European proper. They're correct.
I wish Hazel was here. I really do, because now on this site, he had it where the ashes word wasn't in it, right? But right here, ashes is in it. Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies. Ashes, we all fall down.
Okay.
No, the earliest version found in the print in the U.S. comes from the novel 1855. The Old Homestead by author wrote these began seek their own amusements. They played hide and seek. Ring around the rosy, laps full of posies. Awake, now come and make a ring. Ring roses.
Yeah, that's a difficult one to.
Ring of roses, pocket full of posies. Hush, we all tumble down.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. Like a lot of spellings, people are in England and in Europe, they're spelled a certain way, and then only in America it's spelled the other way. And so somehow that's the Mandela effect, not the fucking misspelling. The fact that how is it showing up in old, not new? Now that's debunkable. New spellings, absolutely English spelling. We're one world government now, so everyone's crossing their fucking letters and working together as a team. So we're changing our spelling to match a European spelling, especially the marketplace. That's brilliant. That's not Mandela effects. What the Mandela effects come about is when you have a 1700 whatever year fucking spelling of a word, and it changed to an English spelling, but in America from way back then. It's like, wow, I don't understand that. So, but that's a lot of that's why I don't touch the misspellings, because the majority of them in America, they're screaming Mandela effects, can be spelt the way they're saying it's spelled. But in Canada and England, they're like, the English are going, what are you talking about? It's always been spelt that way. You guys are, what's wrong with Americans? It's always spelt that way. You know? And I'm like, oh, I guess it is always like the same thing with, they say tissues here. Tissues. And all the Americans are like, it's a Mandela effect. I'm like, no, it's not a Mandela effect. This is the way the English say it. They sing the song differently. They sing tissue. America, we say ashes. We all fall down.
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
It's a hard one.
I wish
wrong. That's the thing. Nobody's wrong, so nobody feel bad. There's no bad feeling in this one.
I just wish he was here, because we did a whole thing. They did a whole thing on it, and then Hazel asked me a question in chat. He goes, Eric, you never answer back my question that I sent you in a comment. He watched my Look What the Cat Dragged In music video.
Okay.
And I go, I don't remember a comment from you. So I went and looked, and I told him that the only comment that I got was from Marty McFly. There is no comment from me. And he looked like, I wrote you a comment. Now it's gone. I'm like, I don't know. So and then he was talking about a certain video that about Evil Dead because the song was Look What the Cat Dragged In using Evil Dead clips.
Yeah.
And he said, Evil Dead used to be called The Evil Dead. And maybe Mandela was saying that she remembers him making a video about this long time ago, and he said he never made a video. So there was a lot of weird, like it was a lot of weird things because I'm like, usually I know my friends, right? And I always try to answer back their comments. I don't try to be rude. It's not like I get like 100 comments. I only get maybe 5 to 10 comments, maybe at the most.
Yeah, same with me. I've had that. I went way past that bridge a long time ago. I have controls. I call 100% peer controls that I trust, and one of them is Mandela Affected. He calls himself MA in England, and I used to keep up with his videos because his was like one of the best control videos ever. When he kept up, when he had like his weird, he'd put up cards for numbers. He'd do all this cool shit, and I would watch his videos in a pattern. He'd have them every day of the week, and then like one time I showed up, and one of his videos was gone. And then another video that was on a different day was on this thing. So he must have rearranged it. So I'd send an email, guys, and did you guys rearrange the videos? Like, what are you talking about? Okay. And then I went to some other control videos and saw that the thumbnails were completely different. Well, they could just change your thumbnail. So did you change your thumbnail? Fuck off. Okay. You didn't change your thumbnail. So a lot of thumbnails have changed. And then a lot of the alignment of videos have changed. I'm like, I get those. And then I get posts that I remember reading and writing are gone or different or completely different or written completely different. Like, I didn't write it like this. That's not me that wrote, but it's me that wrote it. There's the timestamp, but I didn't write it like that. So, you got to scratch your head on those. But yeah, I've experienced that. I've experienced, again, I always highly recommend people that if it's too late for you now, but if you watch The Verve, Bittersweet Symphony, Eric, you've heard me say this many times during the videos. If you've been keeping up with that video, it's on my #1 control list. That video changes every fucking time I see it. There's a new person. There's more garbage. There's like two midgets in the. I'm like, I don't remember no midgets in this video. Hasn't been modified, hasn't been changed. It's the same original one I've always checked. Constantly changing, constantly. Simple Minds, their videos, if you kept up with those, have constantly had a change to them. A lot of teddy bears and weird shit. Yeah, but yeah, so you're not crazy for that, Eric. Yeah, just saying that. A lot of videos.
And then I'm gonna I'm gonna talk about one more thing in the Mandela world, and then we'll go into. I got a article about the mythological creatures that's supposed to send chills down your spine.
Ooh.
But before we get there,
chills.
I want to play. I want to play this clip from the X-Files that seems like you got certain percentages of people in the Mandela community saying these people are all agents and shells of the governments, and other people, I mean, it's a clip that people started to hate the show because of one clip in all like 12 seasons. One clip. Like their age, and I thought it'd be fun just to play it. There's no copyright on this one or not. So
okay.
So let me take my audio off, and there's a reason why. There's something that I think it gets overlooked. Also, that's said in this
government jail.
And then we'll go into the. This is fun. This is just fun stuff. Here, okay. Now I changed my audio, so this audio could sound good. Let me go up. And Bob, just let me know if you hear it.
Manipulate memory.
Can you hear it?
Creates unlimited power.
Hey, Bob, did you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. I gave you the signal.
What's that?
I gave you the signal.
Oh, okay. Well, I couldn't see you.
Okay.
I'm actually on the other screen.
Oh, okay, okay.
The ability to manipulate memory creates unlimited power. Political, economical, cultural, runs the gamut from Holocaust denial to corporate product recognition. There are companies who are willing to pay anything, do anything to have people forget that their products explode on impact or suddenly catch fire. Companies like Jeep spending billions in profit to repress these memories. The only thing I haven't been able to do is to figure out how they're doing it.
They can't. I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. I mean, the Mandela effect is
It's the Mingle effect, guys. It's the Mingle effect. Just say it.
Is simply people misremembering stuff.
Maybe this is actually evidence of a parallel universe.
Wait, what?
So maybe these differences in collective memories are actually evidence of our universe somehow becoming intertwined with another, if not identical, then very similar universe. So people's memories are correct. They're just remembering something that happened in another dimension. Hence the discrepancies. That's science, Scully.
Theoretical science.
Okay. The reason I played this, first of all, I hate when people like want to put down X-Files because they're thinking they're making fun of it. Now, first of all, X-Files has always been about she's a skeptic, he's a pusher, but he says something very interesting right there. He goes to her, it is science. Technically, it is science. Theoretically, I mean, the theory could be, you can say it's weak, but there is semi-science to back up what Mulder just says. Everybody makes fun of the clip, and they make fun of saying they're all agents, which they're all stupid. These people are not agents. Out of 11 seasons, they finally decided to take out their agent cards and make fun of something 11 seasons into it. But they're all missing the point that he was basically saying it is science. So,
well, she said it correctly, not him. She said it. It's theoretical science.
But it is direct. But it is still.
She's right.
Let me see. Is there anything more? Let me see. I think there's a little bit more. Let's hear it.
At best, Mulder.
Yeah, we're not going to do this parallel universe, sci-fi, gobbledygook, nerd boy. Okay, so just please drop it because that crap gives me a headache.
It's a lot better than some evil entity zapping people's brains with a hypno ray gun.
I never meant.
See, what I like about what he said there is like, okay, so you could believe in this, you could believe in that, but what I'm saying is far stretch. And that's what we always try to tell people. Well, listen, if you're going to believe in God, if you're going to believe in spirits, you're going to believe in there is ghosts, there is magic powers, there is, then why can't you believe that a parallel universe can exist?
Well, yeah.
You know, I mean, that's why I love this clip where other people are not seeing what's so awesome about the clip. Here we go. Let's continue.
Yeah, keep going.
Guys, it's faulty memory because Occam's razor.
That's Ozzy's razor, not Occam's. It's always been Ozzy's razor.
Maybe in a parallel universe, but in still yet another universe is perhaps known as Occam's axe.
It's not parallel universes.
They say it at the same time. The whole thing is a code. It's all a code. The whole thing was it. See, okay, here's the problem. Number one, people start getting mad. Okay, yeah, then you need to step out of the room because then the rest of us can figure this out. So you take it down, you start writing down what they're talking about. Theoretical, and she's right, it's theoretical science. Also, black holes is theoretical science.
Yes.
The stars, the distance, the plasma, theoretical science. Math, if not 90% of it, theoretical science. Everything is theoretical science. So what she said was not incorrect. It was all correct. And then when he's just talking more blatant, like it's a parallel universe, theoretical science. So what else do you have but theories? When people get together on these sidebars and they start talking, you're just putting out theories. For flat earthers, theoretical science. Round earthers, theoretical. I mean, well, we have a fact. We have a measurement.
Gravity. Tam, gravity. That's a good one.
Theoretical science. Yes, theory. only. They're coming up with, oh no, gravity's now different. They've added to gravity. I've made a show about how they've added to gravity.
All I see now is X miles.
So yeah, so everything is theoretical. Nothing is concrete, man. You could say whatever. That's why I call it a comic book. It's easier to say comic book than anything else. All of it's theoretical science.
You know,
nobody's fucking right.
And when I hear people saying they bash the scene and they make fun of it, I'm like, at least talk. Hey, say 10, 20% of it he did on purpose to laugh at it, but it does cause a conversation.
Starts the conversation. That's the whole idea.
And then some people take a conversation and they'll take a step forward to look more into it. So even like you said, even like bad press, where if you cause something that's a bad press, bad press can be good press because you start looking into it. I mean,
and then they said parallel universe at the same time. And of course that was written in the script. They said parallel universe at the same time. Like two of them, 1, 2 at the same time. And there's three of them in there. You've got the numerology of 3. So they've done nothing but codes the whole thing. And then they had the 2 say at the same time.
What I took out of that was basically what they're saying there is when those 2 said at the same time.
Yeah.
This is all just my vision. I'm looking at it as for every person who believes in a theory to work, you're going to have automatically double the people who are not going to believe it. And they're going to mock you. I mean, that's basically what they're saying. They're saying, Mulder, you're fucking crazy. That's why they did that. And there's something to it because, like you said, it is science.
Yeah. Was when they invented pasteurizing, the pasteurized cheese, pasteurized milk. The guy's name is Pasteur. They laughed at the guy. This guy's an idiot. It's not going to work. The guy who made penicillin, it was made by accident. They laughed at him. I'm not taking that fungus into my body. It worked. Everything starts off as a theory until it's proven fact. But then once it's proven fact, it's broken back down to theory again because you have another idea comes in. And then another idea. And then another idea. Everything's a bunch of fucking ideas. No shit. God scrambled everything up.
I wonder if he meant the word meat. I need to know, is eating meat bad? It must be meat. Meat has protein. You need meat.
Well, the argument with meat, here's the argument. I've had this argument before with vegetarians. You don't have to eat a lot of it, but here's the thing that's important about eating meat. It's not so much as the protein because you could supplement protein with all kinds of other shit. Yeah, I get that. That's fucking true. I understand that. I know where they're coming from. However, it's the oils. Your brain has these things called neurotransmitters. And in order for those neurotransmitters to have what's called synapses, which is what your brain does for a living, it's a little electrical fucking current, like a little electrical current. It needs that gel. Those of you that are electricians know about rubbing this gel on your light bulb, on the end switch, so you can get that conductivity. It needs natural oils from you can only get from other animals for your neurotransmitters to have that synapses process happen more effectively. Now you can get away without it. You can eat avocados. You can eat all these other ones with their own oils. Yeah, it will work. It'll do. But you're not going to get the same thinking power. I have actually had debates with people that are vegans, and they were slow. They were slow to react, slow to move, slow to think outside of the box. And I can see them thinking. They're still thinking, but they're in first fucking gear. When I'm in fifth, man. I'm rocking the fucking. I just had a steak, or I had some fish, or I had something with oil in it because of the my neurotransmitters were fucking sparking like crazy because of the natural oils and other animal fats you can only get from animal fat. Fish. If you can just eat fish, it's fine.
Doctors tell you that you can take all the vitamins you want, but you're not going to get the full vitamin out of it. You get the full vitamins from the food itself.
Yeah,
that's where your body processes more. But you can take a multivitamin, but out of that 100% multivitamin, your body's only picking up maybe 40% of it. So it's still better than nothing. But
Proteins rebuild muscle tissue. I'm a big fucker, ate a lot of meat. And then carbohydrates are the cars that carry that protein to your muscles. And then the fat that comes from the naturals, the animals.
It's Fish Friday every Friday in my reality.
Why not? You could just, I've told vegans, if you could just eat fish, you'll be fine. I get it. Go eat a fish. They don't mind. They have a short lifespan.
Well.
Eat fish, you'll be fine. Eat lots of oil fish. If you're an RH negative blood, you want to eat a lot of salmon because salmon has a lot of copper. If you're not RH negative, you still could use a lot of that copper. A lot of people are copper deficient. Copper. We've talked about drinking water out of copper. Copper is really important. You know, a lot of dark leaves for those of you guys with high iron. Lots of wonderful foods out there. Nobody's eating them. It comes in a box in a microwave.
Aaron Roca, Fish Friday.
Fish Friday, yes.
If you really want to learn on what's the fountain of youth, if you really want to know people, Tom Murr and all that, they were in my show yesterday. Believe it or not, during my Hellraiser show, we came up with some big time conversations on what Hellraiser was really about the youth and what makes you live longer. I'm not going to do it here, but if you guys want to know, Tom will tell you. Tom was there. Tony was there. They're all there, and we went from Hellraiser to a whole thing. Oh, channel. Oh, Tam. That's my. I'm sorry, Tam. Tammy, that's my horror talk channel. I have a horror talk channel where I do horror talk shows, and we did the Hellraiser franchise yesterday. But we're talking about what was the meaning of the Hellraiser movie. It was basically finding the ultimate pleasure, the ultimate sex. I mean, that's what it was. And we did a conversation that I showed people on what makes you live longer. How can you live longer? So I'm not going to tell you here. You got to go there and watch it. I know it's weird, right? What? Eric got an education on how to live a better life through a movie called Hellraiser? Yes. Yes, I do. I do.
Interesting.
It is, Bob. It is. Actually, but everything I said, I showed on air with articles, and it kind of like it matches up with Hellraiser. But you know, we watch a movie, we watch it for what's the meaning behind it.
What's the meaning behind it?
So, what is it here? So let me pull this up here. What the hell is all this?
I don't know. It's a dark screen.
Oh, you got a dark screen? Oh.
No, there was no words. It was just a screen that popped up that had a black square.
No, there's something. What the hell?
Oh.
No, I got a.
You've been invited by the Gremlins.
No, I have this web page, but there's like a blue bar that somehow it went over the whole thing, but I'll get it right back. Sometimes it does this. It depends on like some websites you go to. Some websites, they get like so much advertisement and stuff. And then if you leave it on that page, everything starts to pop in, all this advertisement. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Tom. Tom will tell you, we had a great conversation yesterday, and I think I helped out a lot of people yesterday. I really did. It was almost like it was a total different kind of a class. That's why I love doing shows sometimes, because you don't never know what you're getting to. Okay, here we go. Let me pull it.
Preliminary cooking fish right now. Good for you, dude. It's good for you, man. Cook that fish, man. Use lots of darkened seasonings on it too, because you want that high vitamin C. You want lots of pepper. Lots of pepper. Here we go. Terrifying unearthed mythological creatures will send chills down your spine.
Oh, before we go,
God,
hold on. Where is it? I love this. I did get a person, but I put the X. What is it? When I put the X file out clip real quick, Bob, somebody wrote this in the chat on my Reddit page. Life's too short to be watching fake Mandela effect videos. Yes, it's all fake for us. To take out our credit cards, well, not me. I haven't donated a penny to any YouTuber because I'm not a brainwashed moron like everyone else. And I'm like, well, and I'm like, what?
He's got people fucking paying money to these assholes. They're giving them money for what? For a European spelling of a word that showed up in the States?
What? I just thought I read it like what? Like, dude, I go, first of all, you know, I don't have a sign up on my channel say, give me all your money now. I mean, I don't know where the money part, because that I've never had anything like that. You got that from an X-File clip, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Okay, here we go. Now, like you said, you read it. Terrifying, unheard, logical creatures that was some chills down your spine. And his name is not even Hellraiser. Burbank, or not, sorry, not Burbank. Booback. Is it Booback? Bubback? Booback. The Booback is a creature present in the old Zich folklore. It is usually described as a scarecrow-looking monster with the ability to cry just like a newborn baby to alert its victims to his deaths. I can see that because, you know, like if a lot of people, like I said, if somebody's trying to kill you running down the street and if you're saying somebody's after you, nobody comes help unless you like scream fire. Okay, so I can see this in a slasher killer kind of way. If you cry like a baby, most people are going to see like, where's this baby at? I got to save this baby.
So that's the monster. It's called the Bruback?
Booback. Bubak.
Like Dave Bruback? Like the jazz performer, the jazz player, the horn player?
Yeah,
Dave
well, this is from the country Czech.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
So it's a scarecrow.
Yeah, it's a scarecrow, and to bring his victims in, the scarecrow cries like a baby to bring you in to find out where's the baby coming from. Wow. Then he must jumps out and kill you.
Crazy.
Here, the Burbank is a creature present in the old Zeke folklore. It is usually I read that part. Makes me think of messenger. So if you see a scarecrow, now if you think about it, you could say this folklore is probably one of the folklores that helped create Jeepers Creepers, right? Because in Jeepers Creepers 2, he disguised himself as a scarecrow. In the second,
I've never heard of this creature before. Again, that's new for me. I heard of a lot of things, but not this one. The Brubeck. Never heard of it.
Why are we here? What is this for? What is the point? What is real? And we're just going through. This is guys. Like I said, this is an article. Terrifying, unheard, mythological creatures will send chills down your spine. These are just folklore creatures around the world that I just thought it'd be fun to go over some of these folklore to see if you guys heard of it, or it's kind of neat to see how movies kind of took these folklore, kind of like this one. I seen this like this in Jeepers Creepers 2, because in Jeepers Creepers 2, he had a hat just like that.
Yeah.
Now this one, number 2, is La Sukuya.
Okay.
La Sukuya.
Sounds
from Nicaraguan folklore is a shapeshifter. It typically takes the form of an attractive long-haired woman who seduces drunken and unfaithful men before revealing her true face, a horse skull. The words she speaks to these men are so horrific that the victim goes insane automatically, like instantly. So she lures drunk men that hate their wife. So in a lot of ways, she's probably hired by the women, right?
Yeah, I don't see her as actually a mythological creature. She's probably some actual, some I don't know, some ex prostitute that sits there and lures men in,
Oh
and then
yeah,
says things like, "I know who you are, and I know who your wife is, and I'm gonna rat you out." And then the guy freaks out. No, don't tell my wife. I just solicited you for sex, like that.
yeah.
Probably some old lady that blackmails all the drunk guys. Smart as fuck.
You know, chocolate cheese is kind of perfect on this one too. What did Scarecrow want? A brain. So you could say that the first picture, Scarecrow is probably eating people because it, like Jeepers Creepers, it repairs skin, and maybe with the Scarecrow on top, it eats people to repair its brain. To kind of like Hellraiser. Hellraiser like takes skins off of people, and for them to heal, they need live people, live blood, live.
Yeah,
vampires.
maybe starts off as a stick figure, and then as he eats and ingests humans, he grows human flesh.
Yes, and zombies do too. Zombies do too. Yeah,
zombies do too. Yeah. So this just sounds like a smart ass lady that blackmails drunk dudes after they solicited her for sex. That's what that is.
What is this? I love monsters who take the form of beautiful women, who seduce and punish, and sometimes eat cruel men.
Yeah, it's called blackmail. They blackmail. That's what that creature is.
Now this one is La Lurena.
Ooh, Lurena.
Yeah, La Lurena. The La Lurena, the whipping woman, was a woman who committed suicide after drowning her own children in a Mexican river as means of revenge against her husband. Her wandering spirit is said to cry every night. I've seen this story, and I think this story is actually Amos, oh my children. The legend was warned all children not to go out into the dark, for she might snatch them, throwing them to their deaths to the flowing waters. I think that's a movie.
Yeah, Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't Shutter Island where he at the end of the. Well, I don't want to give it.
That was. But
do you realize that his wife actually killed his children, and then he was like, "Oh," and he went crazy? It was like that story. That's a hell of a revenge tactic. I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna kill his babies. Psycho lady. It's okay. She has postpartum depression. It's okay. Perfectly fine. She's got postpartum. It's perfectly natural to kill your children. Yeah, that's pretty fucking gruesome. Yeah, that's been in a lot of movie themes. Kind of bad.
Well, yeah, it's actually has been in a lot of movies, because if you go to
Shutter Island,
if you go to IMDb, there's one called right here, 2019, La Lurena. There's one right here.
Oh, they made a movie.
Paranoid criminal protect a faithful wife, his death. But that's not the one I was thinking of. Let's see here. There's another 2019 called The Curse of La Lurena. I think I've seen this one. Earring warning of trouble, mother suspected child. Yeah, I've seen this one. This one is as I try to remember. Is this one related? I think no, I might be wrong. I thought I don't know. I think I'm all right. They actually connected this story with The Conjuring.
Oh. So it's not La Lurena.
Yeah, because right here it does show all of the Conjuring movies. Yeah, I think they connected it with the universe. What do you want to call it? The Conjuring universe? Whatever you want.
The ultimate fear. It's the scariest thing you can ever fathom in your mind is that because a mother is the universe to a child. She's the matrix. She gave birth to that child. That's the universe. That's his world. To have your world turn on you and kill the child, that is like the most horrific thought in your mind. If they wanted to make a movie to make people depressed or make them just sad so that the jinn or these interdimensionals can feed on your fear, they'd make a movie like that. I mean, it goes back to what somebody's talking about, how Hollywood has an agenda. Now, I know zombie movies, they're just what they are. You know, there's some fear of excitement, but there's no woman killing her child. That is the most horrific thought in your mind. That is the worst of the worst. Why would they make a movie like that, or a folklore? Because this is the worst of the worst. That's something for you to be fearful from, and have it fear on you, or have the whatever's eats your fear. It's sad. Oh, brutal.
I'm putting a pause because Tom wrote me, Grandpa from Grandpa's World has an awesome shirt today. So he got an awesome shirt, and it's only a minute 23 seconds.
Put it on. Yeah, I got it.
Out of respect for his shirt, I'm going to give him a thumbs up.
Absolutely.
Great shirt. I'm going to put that
shirt on his shirt.
Everybody, all of you need to go to my grandpa guy, go to his channel. You all need to subscribe to him, and I'll say, Gypsy Road sent me here to say you got an awesome shirt.
Yeah.
Over there,
that last one.
Let's hear his story.
Okay, welcome to Grandpa's World. I'm Grandpa. Today we're going to talk about the year 1000 AD in the Abbey of De Champagne in Côte d'Or, France. I butchered that too. There lived Rudolphus Glaber. He was a monk at this time, and he was in bed one night sleeping. When he awoke, he saw a small, ugly humanoid at the end of his bed. He went on to describe this alien in great detail. He says it was a medium height, thin neck, had a slender face with ebony eyes. The alien's face was wrinkly with a minute forehead, had red goatee and pointed ears on each side of his head. He also had a pointed head with red hair. It was filthy and hung straight. His teeth reminded the monk of a dog. His clothes were filthy and his whole body was shaking. And this being took the end of his bed and started shaking it vigorously while yelling, "You need to leave immediately," over and over at him. Well, this terrified the monk, so he jumped out of bed swiftly, moved out of the room, down to the monastery. Once he got there, he knelt at the altar and confessed his sins. Well, that's it for Grandpa's World today. Have a good one. We'll see you later.
That's cool. He needs his own clothing line show where he just wears all the shirts.
Pet turd. I mean, come on. That's awesome. And I'm trying to look at the pet turd. I'm like, are those peanuts in the dog shit?
Those are undigested corn kernels in there. That's what that, yeah, he needs to do a clothing line where he can just model the shirts he's got. Like he needs to do one whole show of just clips of him in each one of his t-shirts. That would be great. We would play it. We would definitely play it. If he's watching, he needs to do that.
I think shirt companies should sponsor him.
Yeah.
And, your stories are just a bonus, but the idea of your show is to show off these cool shirts.
Wouldn't it be cool? I would buy shirts if he wore it. I want that shirt, by the way. I want that shirt. He can retire whatever he's got to go do for a living and just model shirts. Can you imagine him as a model, t-shirt model?
Oh, look, chocolate and cheese just subbed our friend.
Good.
Seriously, Grandpa's World is awesome.
Yeah.
He does a minute to 2 minute stories, and that's it. Comes in for 1 minute, 2 minutes, and he's off.
And you're left wanting his t-shirts. You're like, I want that shirt. I watch all his shows. I want that shirt. Like every shirt he wears, I want that shirt.
I'm curious, where did he? Because it could be, you can get shirts made. It looks like the pet turd. It looks like it's like a computer written, and he got a picture of a turd and said, "Can you put these together?"
He needs to put out just a video of all the cool t-shirt clips, and then we'll play it on here, man. And then he needs to put up his little whatever Teespring or whatever he has, or whatever clothing line he has. I would probably buy several t-shirts from his clothing line.
You could do a whole shirt line on different turds.
Yeah, that's great.
Rabbit turds, snake turds, well, I don't know, deer turds, different turds, dog turds, cat turds,
Oh God, I would wear it just for the fun of
human
it,
turd. Ugh.
just to take the piss out of life.
Just want a pet turd shirt. I know. Right? Everybody needs to message him. Hey, where'd you get that shirt at? Where'd you order it from? Or did you get that made? And if he did get it made, then we need to tell him, do a tea tree on that shirt, and we'll buy it so you get credit for it.
Yeah, I want to do like a dose of turd, and then we're just a turd, just a dose of turd, and big
I'll have
turd.
my pet rock from the '70s. That Gus make a killing. That
Yeah.
guy actually made a lot of money off of Pet Rock. He did.
God damn, that's brilliant pet rock trick. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, Tom. That is an awesome shirt. That's almost as good as a Pet Rock. You know why that shirt's good? Because it's simple. It's not fancy. The words are just
Funny. It's just funny, you know, just funny.
a big picture of a turd in front.
Wear that in your cubicle at your workplace at a serious place. Everybody's so serious. Everybody's so serial, you know. It's just like I wear Honolulu shirts no matter where. I just wear the stupidest clothes too. That's why I like his clothes. Just shorts. If I were you guys, if you actually know what's going on in your mind, you're just not part of this fucking system. Take your fucking slacks that you wear to work and cut them off all jagged and make them into shorts. Put on some flip-flops. Untuck your fucking shirt. Undo your fucking tie. Throw it over your shoulder and just walk around like you don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, you might get fired or laid off, but just say you have Tourette's. It's not your fault. You know, just play it off.
Alien pen syndrome.
Yeah, just be free. Free yourself from the tie and the look. Be free. That's what I do.
But if you guys need a tie, I got a tie. If you guys want,
but a tie is just symbolic from the Freemasonry. It's a hangman's noose. It's a noose. So you put on a tie, you're putting on a noose. That's a noose, Eric. See, you're wearing a noose. I don't wear ties. I would wear a bow tie from time to time, but no ties. It's a noose. People don't know that. That's what that actually is. It's comes from the Freemasonry. It's a noose. It's part of the. That means you're part of the guild.
I go everywhere in my pajama pants.
Yeah. I've got a roommate that wears pajama pants all day outside. It's pajama pants. I got a pair of cutoffs I just throw on.
Well, let's find out, people. What is with this Wendigo?
Wendigo.
This Wendigo. That sounds like it'd be a badass movie. I mean, that name, just the name alone.
It is a movie.
A Wendigo is a half beast creature appearing in the legends of the American Indians. The most frequent cause of transformation into a Wendigo was if a person has resorted to cannibalism. So basically, if you eat people, you become a Wendigo.
Yeah, I know all about them. Yeah. Once you've eaten human flesh, you don't go back. You've turned into a Wendigo. They found out if you eat and drink human flesh and drink the blood, you get twice the amount of strength and energy, according to the myth. So you become addicted to that power. You become addicted to that power once you eat human flesh. And then you have superhuman strength and all kinds of endurances way past the normal human capacity. You become Wendigo, but you also take in the dark spirit. And that's when you become like, what's her name? Oh, God, she's a famous dancer, singer. Sasha Fierce. She calls herself Sasha Fierce. What's her name? Her Wendigo is Sasha Fierce. She's a black artist. She's a singer. She's a dancer. Oh, I forget her name. But anyway, if you guys look up Sasha Fierce, you'll see her face.
Whatever you say, whatever you think.
Yes, I think these guys have all been eating human flesh.
Wendigo is a mythological creature or evil spirit which originates from the folklore of First Nations based in and around the East Coast forests of Canada, the Great Plains region of the USA. I believe that around Canada. We learn about the riots now. You know,
Yeah.
we knew Canadians ate people.
Yes. I think probably the ones that went to go see Alice Cooper, they were in fact Wendigo. They ate
Tom wrote Beyonce. Is that
Beyonce. Thank you, Tom. Here. Beyonce has an alternate ego she calls Sasha Fierce. Not only her, but Kate, whatever. Yes, the other fucking goofy ass bitch, Kate something. She also has an alternate ego, and she calls herself a different name. It turns out that Eminem, that fucking weird ass white rapper guy, he's got an alternate ego. He actually calls himself different names. So a lot of them have these alternate. It makes you wonder: are they eating flesh? Do they have the possession of the Wendigo or the Jinn or the demon spirit or whatever you want to call it from ingesting human flesh, like the royal families do? Queen of England, just all the royals that legally. We found out in this timeline, in this place, Eric, this is not a conspiracy. It was in the London paper also at the BBC that just about 300 years ago that the royal families ate human flesh. This is not a conspiracy. This is a fact check. This is what was printed and allowed to be printed by the royal family to the BBC, that their families used to eat human flesh. They were allowed to do it because they see you guys as lesser animals, and so they ate human flesh for the extra power.
Equals 3 and 3.
Eminem 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey guys, I put this web link in the website. In this page, in case you guys want to read it yourself later on. So this web link to this site I'm reading this off is right here. All right. Well, let's find out about this Rakuba Kubi. The Rakakakubi are Japanese mythical creatures that looks like normal women by day. Ooh. By night, however, their bodies sleep while their necks stretch to an incredible length and roam around freely, drink other people's blood, and even rarely eating humans. So hold on. So this would be an interesting movie to see that a woman goes to sleep. Then her neck stretches. Well, it has to stretch out the window, right? Because it needs to eat. And then can you imagine looking up and seeing a window and seeing this neck just stretching all the way down to eat you like a vampire? That'd be neat.
Yeah, that'd be weird. That would be weird.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's never been a movie, right? It's
I'm sure John Holmes was in a movie with one of them before, but other than that, I don't know. I've never seen a movie like that.
I need to get a hold of that director, Mark Curran, and say, hey, I got an idea for you. You should do the one on that folklore on the Rakurukubi, the long stretching neck. But you're probably gonna need a bigger budget to be able to pull that off to the longer neck.
I'd be like, I'd have I'd sleep next to my my tomahawk. I'd be like, whack, fuck, that head flopping all over the place. Shit, thought it was a snake. Yeah, that'd be weird to see. That'd be weird to see crawling up your leg. Whack.
So what is this one? The Jorogomo. Looks like a Japanese spider. Let me see here. According to Japanese folklore, the Jorogomo is a magic 400-year-old giant spider that can change its appearance into that of a beautiful woman. She seduces young, handsome men, wraps them up in her webs, and eats them. This character here about being a spider kind of reminds me a little bit of that movie Kroll, with the guy with the big star weapon, because part of that movie is he needs to tell the future, and he goes into a cave where there's a big spider, and they have powers, and you get, if you go in there, you can't leave, you got to die.
What is this? The movie Crow?
No, not Crow. Brandon Lee, the old 80s movie with that Crow with the guy with the creature with the one eye, and you got that big star weapon.
Crow.
Krull.
Yeah, Kroll. Yeah. Arachnid.
Let's see.
Let the demon inside here. Arachnid. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to see. This if there's the
This reminds me of with Robert Smith, the Cure, the video, Cure, the spider video.
Yeah, remember he has to try to find out where this creature rock is going to be at. They had to go into the cave with the big spider, and they're in the middle of the spider. There's a beautiful woman that forgot why she was there. She has to seduce, and once you're there, you have to die.
Well, they also had a scene in Lord of the Rings. Remember? There's a lot of symbology. This is a repeated one in a lot of these mythological movies, like Lord of the Rings, The Kroll, all kinds of these movies. Always the spider. Remember, didn't we learn about that from mythology? I forget her name. Her name is something like Arachne or Arachni, where she thought she could make she could actually make things better than Athena. Remember, she could sew and she could make fabric better than Athena, and Athena cursed her.
She's good. Black Widow. Yep, that was the name of that woman. Black Widow.
So she goes back to the mythology stories. You know, she was turned. Her name was Arachne or Arachne. You know, Athena changed her into a big spider.
Yep.
That's her then. Cool.
God, this movie is ready for a remake with that weapon.
Oh, it's the greatest movie ever made. One of them. Good movie.
Okay. And Japanese sure like to have their folklore all surround women to kill men.
Yeah, it's always the females. Yeah. Always the females. Actually, they're very docile, relaxing, they're not very evil at all. That's I think that's the irony, because Japanese women are just very gentle and kind. That they're not really, I'm sure they're mean behind the scenes, but you don't ever see it. So it's kind of the opposite. That's why they scare you. They scare you with the angry
praying mantis killing their mate when doing the nasty.
Yeah, they do.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Good point, Chocolate and Cheese, because what we learned yesterday on the Hellraiser show is that the reason why everybody has to die during sex because there's too much power within the word sex. People are like, what do you mean by that? I ain't gonna tell you. You're gonna have to watch yesterday's show about Hellraiser to understand why these people had to be killed because of sex, because sex is too powerful of a magic. I ain't gonna tell you any more than that. Okay, wow. So let's read this one. Bake Kujra. I don't know. Kujra. Okay, Bake Kujra. Ghost Well. Okay, Ghost Well is a huge ghostly well skeleton that is accompanied by a host of strange birds and fish. Well, yeah, you probably smell like flesh. They want to eat you. Okay. They appear on a rainy nights near coastal Welling Japanese village, scaring the fishermen and delivering powerful curses to anyone who spots it. The well curse brings feminine plague, fire, and other kinds of disasters to the village.
Wow.
Wow, this ghost well really it's like, man, if you look at it, then you're in trouble.
Well, yeah, I mean that goes to the. I bet you Greenpeace made that one up because Japan's famous for one big ass thing. They're whale hunters, man. They love hunting whale. They love whale. They love fucking whale, and so they whale hunt. They have these vessels out. I was in Japan. They have these vessels out there, and they're calling them like science vessels. They're science vessels to study whales. These motherfuckers are hunting whales. They had to shut them down. I know Greenpeace was out there trying to shut them down. The union, whatever EU, was trying to say, hey, you guys can't be hunting whales no more. Japan, stop eating fucking everything from the ocean. Please.
Yeah. This one is the Managal.
Oh.
Managal.
Managal.
a girl with breast with the holding a headless guy with the head. He's holding a head. A Manago is a vampire-like mythical creature of the Philippines. It is described as hideous, scary, often described as female, and capable of severing its upper torso and sprouting huge bat-like wings to fly into the night in search of victims.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, in the Philippines, huh? Okay. Half a body flying around, drinking blood and holding that's the head of their victim. Okay. Okay. Vampire lady. So another vampire story.
Basically.
Or
It's just this one, I guess this is just, you can say, a naked vampire.
yeah, well, they're always naked. That's how they seduce you. But this one is like half the body. I guess I don't know. Or maybe it's just the artist rendition. Basically a vampire. That's their vampire. Okay.
Yep. That's their vampire.
That's
Good
their
thing it
vampire.
has wings, right? Because it'll suck and not be able to walk around.
Or a Wendigo. Whatever you want to call them.
This one's the La Mano Peluda.
Lollapalooza.
La Mano Peluda. Let's find out where this one comes from.
Okay.
The La Mana Peludo, the hairy hand. It's said to belong to a man who was killed during the Inquisition in Mexico. Chopped up and buried in an old Indian cemetery. Only his hand came back to life and lurks in the darkness under the bed of misbehaved children, hoping to grab them by the ankle and drag them to no knows where.
Wow.
Well, what was that TV show? The Monsters?
Yeah, the thing. But the thing, remember
yeah.
The hand in the box?
Yeah.
The Addams Family? Was it the Addams Family?
Addams Family, yes.
Yeah.
Addams Family.
Is it the thing?
Here, let me look up.
The thing. Yeah.
Let me double check.
You know, it's kind of funny how when you bury anything or anybody in an Indian cemetery, they always come back to life. Is that how it works? You got to, I mean, so if you have someone that passed away and you want them back, you bury them in it's not pet cemetery, it's the same thing, but in an Indian native cemetery, a First Nations person cemetery, and they come back to life. Huh. Maybe that's where the zombies come from.
Addams Family, the thing, yeah. Now this one's not hairy, but maybe he shaves. Maybe he shaves. We don't know that.
Thing, yes.
The thing.
Yeah, so they buried the hair. So you got a hairy ass hand of a dude. So it means pretty much he jerks off. So you got somebody that you cut off their jerk off hand, you bury it in an Indian cemetery, and it comes back to life. Maybe that's where the thing came back. Maybe.
I'm sorry. You're a motherfucker, because now I got this mind like here you're a guy, right? You're sitting around, you know, you're kind of nobody's around. You're kind of I don't know.
I know what you're gonna say.
You're kind of horny or something. You're like, hey, the thing, come here. The thing. I need a little hand. I need a little hand.
Where's Juan Torres? Yeah. So maybe when zombies, they walk to the cemetery like the zombies come out of the ground at the cemetery. What if they actually stole the land from the natives and it was a native burial ground? And so every time they bury somebody in the native burial ground, thinking it's a regular burial ground, they come back from the dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where zombies come from. Yeah, there is the thing.
So what I'm I'm sorry. I just got an image in my head now, like if you're gonna be buried in an Indian burial ground or something, make sure one of your body parts between your legs is underground. Can you imagine that coming back to life, coming to find you? Holy Christ!
Wait a minute, somebody put it in the sidebar. Shocking now. Thing is the detached alien hand syndrome.
Yeah, that's basically it, right? It had its mind its own, right?
So if you have an alien hand syndrome, you remove your hand and bury it in an Indian cemetery, it comes back to life. It's on its own. It's crazy.
Yeah. But man, if you could make these hands do whatever you want, you could probably sell this to a lot of men and women. You'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, I guess I would, use it for construction work and productivity. But yeah, that other thing would work too. You could hire them into massage parlors.
Massage parlor.
You don't need to worry about trafficking slaves anymore. You would just have
No, no.
detached hands that
And
you put up in the cemetery.
if you pay extra, you might get a happy ending.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, that's easy to get. I'm sure you could just bury hands out the Indian cemetery and just have them come
I
back.
see the T-Vax is working, Erica.
Yeah.
This could be Ash's hand too. Oh, Ash's hand? Yeah,
Yeah,
remember he cut his hands off in Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, he did have his hand removed. Yeah, that's right. And it came back to haunt him.
Read more near-death experiences.
Yeah, the NDEs.
The body isn't you. You leave the body. Yeah, so basically the hand's evil, I guess. Then
Yeah, evil. Well, it came out of the Indian burial ground, so it has to be. That's how the theme goes. There's something about that.
It stopped out at number 9. There's no number. There's no 10.
Oh,
They couldn't even go to 10.
no.
Oh, those little bastards. How could they?
It's symbolic. It stops at 9, which is 3 3s. Ooh. 3 3s. It makes sense. Makes all the sense.
Someone pointed out the absurdity of men being disturbed by female on male violence in media. Huh? Someone pointed out observed men being disturbed by female violence in media. Oh,
I guess. Yeah. Possessed females. Yeah, I see a lot of that now. A lot of possessed females. Possessed by the jinn. A lot of grueling monster females.
yeah. Well, hey, what is it? When was it? Was it? Actually, Tuesday I did a show on Horror Talk about female killers of the females.
Yeah, a lot of them now. A lot of them. That's part of the agenda. They're trying to get guys scared of the ladies. It literally is trying to switch itself. You've got Merkel, which is in charge of Germany, and she's the daughter of Hitler. So, I mean, if you guys ever do a side-by-side picture with Hitler and Merkel, you're like, oh, God, that's fucking Hitler's daughter. And then they try to get that other lady, the Clinton, to be in charge of the United States. So a lot of switching. Pretty soon Biden's going to croak. It's going to be an accident. He's going to fall down Air Force One steps. Like, oh, we're going to have a funeral. Then his lady's going to become in charge. So I can already see it happening. It's the agenda.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to have the money poll, on will he live throughout his 8 years to be president, or will he die during it?
No, he's going to die during I can see it. So he's going to die during his time, and then the gal's going to be in charge, and then now they've got a Black Indian female in charge, which, okay, that's fine. I don't care. What? It's going to bother anything? It's going to change anything? No, it's going to change nothing. So they're moving the agenda forward. So I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna clap and say, "Oh shit, yeah!" Write it down. How cool is that? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Well,
a lot of switching roles right
now. We're not a political show.
No.
But if you remember when Barack Obama became president, everybody said that we're gonna go step forward as a country because we finally got the first Black president, right? And then we had him for 8 years, and then of course, now he wasn't president during Trump's presidency, but we had the worst probably Black Lives Matter that we ever saw before.
Yeah,
and we had so all because a president is going to be a woman or man or whatever. Like they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. No matter what, the crap will always come back. Crap will always be there.
I was going to try to form a group. Of Tesla Car Matters. Because they put a Tesla car in outer space, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just perfectly in outer space on its way to Mars with not a blemish on it. So, I mean, we should start that movement. The Tesla car matters, thanks to Donald Dump Truck. We got billions of dollars worth of a car in space. So it doesn't matter who's in charge; it's all fake. That's all. I was trying to tell the Trump guys. You know what that person did? I was like, yeah, but didn't Trump put a fucking fake car in space? We paid billions of dollars for something that don't explode into space. Really? It's all fake. It's a comic book. So no matter who's in charge, enjoy the show. If I tell people, if you're not from here, I'm not from here, just enjoy the movie. Just don't get involved. Stay back and just relax. Laugh. I laugh at the car. I laugh at Biden. I laugh at everybody. I laugh at everyone equally. So
yesterday, Biden did his first speak. What do you call it?
Cool.
The first, what do you call it? I forgot what you call it when they do their
presidential whatever's, yeah.
Whatever. And it's really all the same old crap they all say, 'cause one of the things he said, like, we need to start buying products here in America. We need jobs here. And every president gets in there, all says the same thing. Jobs here in America, jobs in America, jobs in America. Okay, we get it. Jobs in America. We heard it. What are you going to do that's different than the other guy saying that? Stop losing jobs to other countries.
Yeah.
Okay, they all say it. And they all have a plan. But it seems like every 4 years, a new president comes in. We need to bring jobs back. Well, what? It's like, did it not happen the last 4 years?
I don't know. To me, I stop with just turning on I turn on the telly and I look at it, and I'm a disabled American, proud fucking veteran who served in the fucking Navy, and I'm looking at the backwards flag, and I'm like, if the flag is number one, the flag is backwards behind the president. The presidential seal is to me changed. It's not the same seal, so I'm looking at it as I'm not from here. I'm an alien from somewhere else, another dimension, and I'm watching this guy. So I'm like, I hear his words, but I'm hearing an alien speak with the backward flag and the weird symbols.
Here's a question. Somebody wrote, the water sent to the moon. What year was that? We sent water to the moon?
I don't remember sending water to the moon.
I'm going to type that in. He wrote, was that 2014? Let me look it up. I never heard we sent water to the moon.
Preliminal, you might have something. I've never heard of that, dude. I worked at the Aerospace Museum, and I've never heard of sending no water
to the moon. Let's see here.
Yeah, I was working at the Aerospace Museum, and with all and I would know that. I don't know this, so that goes to show I don't know this.
Well, I typed it in, and the only thing I get is, in August 2018, NASA confirmed that M3 showed water ice is present in the surface on the moon poles. Water was confirmed to be on the sunlit. But
the moon's poles, huh?
There's water on the moon. Water exists on the moon. A pair of studies confirmed there is water. Okay. Did we send water? Did the U.S. send water? Okay, let me type that in.
Maybe it could be one of the many other aerospace programs from all over the back of this turtle that I've never heard of. Also, like maybe it's the Arab space program, or the European space program, or the Jerusalem's space program, or India's space program, or China's space program, or does Mexico have one now? A space program? Honduras space program? How many space programs we have now? It's just fucking every day is a new one for me. I'm like, huh? I thought we had the Japan one in the United States. They all collabed together in Russia, but I don't know who sent it. I know Israel sent bear shit to the moon. That's the most important thing. Bear shit on the moon.
Well, I looked, and I don't see nothing about we sent water in the moon. Mind's Eye. Oh, he's laughing about Mind's Eye. Let me see here. I never thought the White House would become a nursing home. Oh, you watched it? You know what's funny, right? You know what's funny? Because you know that woman Pelosi, right?
Yeah.
Every time Biden says something, I mean, she's like this. Like she was at a rock concert at a young age, like she was getting sexually excited for everything that Biden says. I mean, she was like going for it. It was like an old woman going, yeah. It was like Like, holy Christ. I mean, seriously, Bob. I mean, she was like just going for it, like the vice president was doing normal clap, right? But her, Pelosi, she was like dancing with claps, and it was just like she had orgasms right there on stage.
Yeah.
It's just like it was like the weirdest thing. Like
I remember Pelosi when she had medium-sized boobies, and now her breasticles are really, really large, and it throws me off because I see her standing, this old fucking woman with huge breasticles, and I'm like, what? Why? When the fuck did that happen? Anyway, yeah, they're just a joke. It's not real. It's so fake. It's a movie. It's reality TV, but for reals, it's so fucking silly. How the hell is that person in charge of anything? Oh yeah. No, I haven't watched it. I might have a good laugh and watch it. It's hard to get through it. It's because I laugh so much. I'm like, so fake. Because it starts off with the backwards flags. It starts off with the fascists all over the place they never had before. Then you've got the presidential seal, which is completely fucking changed and wrong. Then you've got the assholes doing their speech. Look at this. This is fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous. He's got the two gals behind it. You know what reminds me? Of a dick and a set of balls. That's what that is. That's a dick. That's symbolism, guys. Look at, there's the trinity of three right there. You've got the two balls and the shaft. There's the old dickhead. He's the dick. He's the dickhead. He represents the penis. You've got the two balls right there. Yeah, that's what that is.
I think somebody needs to make a video of just seeing her just clapping. I mean, the way she was clapping, it was just like a little schoolgirl, so excited.
Result.
Is it speaking to you?
It just went out of spec. Did I say a word that sounded like Alexa?
No.
Alexa.
Pelosi.
Whoa. Oh my God.
What?
It's showing a video of patty cake. Talk about clapping and stuff. It's a videos about clapping. Hold on. I'm serious. As you can. Row. Why did that video come up? Hold on.
See, those things are listening to you. They listen to you. That's evidence right there.
Mine's eye. Biden takes dementia meds for his Alzheimer's. Hold on. Alexa, does Biden takes dementia meds for his Alzheimer's?
I don't have an answer for that.
Oh, she doesn't have an answer for that one. Sorry, mind's eye. Alexa doesn't have an answer for that.
I like you put Biden is the first president to fall up the stairs.
Hold on. Alexa, how old is Biden?
Joe Biden is 78 years old.
He's
I found some
78.
news about Biden from Fox News earlier today.
Fox News?
Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
I think you just whispered to me. From now on, when you whisper, I will whisper back. You can always say, turn off whisper mode.
Turn off whisper mode. It's in
Weird.
whisper mode.
I don't know. It's
Alexa, turn off whisper mode.
Sure. Whispered responses is now off.
You can actually have your machine talk whispers now?
Dude, it responded to you without you asking it to respond to you. So those things are listening to you all the time.
Wow. But you think about it, he's 78, right? So if he makes it 8 years, he would be 86.
Yeah, well, he was 77. There's the sevens consecutive when he got the office, and now he's 78. Now the queen she's 94, which comes out to 13, but she's turning 95. So yeah, there's a whole lot of weird shit with the numbers when it comes down to these ruling class.
Oh, he did fall upstairs, however. Oh, he really fall?
Yeah, he fell upstairs. I saw it.
He
fell upstairs. He fell forward
Joe
upstairs.
Biden fall upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, see? No, I have a theory. Guys.
Somebody added somebody added a picture. I like that. I like that. That's fun. That's a good one.
I've got a theory. Now, homeboy is having a difficult time writing things down, walking, doing everything to the right side. I've watched him. He's having a hard time doing things to the right side. When he makes it all the way up to the top, Eric, he was going to fall again. He lunges to the left and grabs that bar with his left hand with a perfect grip. And he's able to stand up and poise himself. I have a suspicion, and it's only me, that he is left-handed. And he's pretending to be right-handed. And everyone says, well, Robert Wood, why is that a big deal that he pretends to be right-handed and not left-handed? Because the prior presidents before him, Barack Hussein Obama was left-handed. The Clintons are left-handed. He had a group of a lot of left-handed. All of a sudden, these Democrats were all left-handed. So then all of a sudden, he gets into office. If he's also left-handed, you got guys like me are going, look, another lefty Democrat. That's weird that he's a lefty.
Well, apparently, Sketches wants me to ask this a question. He wants me to ask about 1,000 in Welsh. So ask what is 1,000 in Welsh. Okay, let's find out. Alexa, what is 1,000 in Welsh?
1,000 in Welsh is mil.
Mean.
Mel, hold on. What? Alexa, what does 1,000 mean in Welsh?
I don't understand. Try something like, how do you say hello in Spanish?
Alexa, how do you say hello in Welsh?
Hello in Welsh is hello.
Hello. I don't know. Ask what is 1,000 in Welsh. I mean, are you saying Sketches ask like what is $1,000, 1,000 word, or because it's not giving me nothing good. Alexa, is Joe Biden left-handed or right-handed?
There you go.
This might answer your question. Joe Biden is right-handedness.
Right-handedness.
I know. Why would it say right-handedness? I never really heard it like that.
Yeah. People, you got to understand, I've been watching this dude, and he lunges to his left and holds himself correctly better with his left than his right. He's pretending to be right-handed. Now, I'm ambidextrous, and a lot of Rh negative blood types are ambidextrous, so you could choose to dominate one over the other. So I think he's left. He's a lefty pretending to be a righty. I just watch these guys. He seems to want to favor his left, but he has to put effort into his right. He's always trying to do things with his right. Like an old man, he's always having to work harder for his right. I've noticed, but if you watch him do quick moves, his left is fast. Just watch him go up the stairs in Air Force One and prove it to yourself. Do your own research. Just watch it for yourself and watch him reach for that fucking left fast as you can with the right. His right is slow. His left was quick. So I'm like, he's a lefty. He's pretending to be a righty. What?
Well, look at everybody's having fun. Kamala Harris is watching Joe Biden trip stairs. Kamala Harris watching Joe Biden fall down the stairs. She's a man. I am a great dancer. I didn't fall. I just thought that someone said get down.
See, I'm sure, he's been making an effort to show off his right, but I think he's a lefty. It's just me, man. But I had noticed that he does do a lean to his left and he corrects it for his right a lot. Just saying.
Not my president.
You notice how he falls on his left knee and his left hand catches the thing fast. He's got a dominant left, a dominant right or left hand, and a dominant left foot.
Maybe his hand is its own person, the thing.
He's got alien hand syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting somewhere here. We're getting somewhere now.
They cut his hand off and they buried it in an Indian cemetery, and then they stitched it back on after it was resurrected. And now it's got its own personality. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. For you guys, for the fun of it, if you thinking like me, just watch him when it comes down to his hands. Just kind of, he's making a good effort to be right-handed. I'll tell you that. But when you watch him fall, you can clearly tell that he favors his left. When he falls to his left knee, he's having a hard time being a righty going up. He's having a hard time being a righty going up the fucking stairs. I go, no, if he had walked to his left side, he'd have been just fine. He would have flew upstairs. But he reaches for the left as fast as fuck when he hits the top. I said, oh yeah, dominant left. He's pretending to be a righty. What a fraud. But, we don't want to associate him with Hussein, Obama, and Clinton.
I tell you what, this might sound weird, but I do kind of miss the old days. I mean, I'm serious. It was fun. This was the best reality TV you could get. The Donald Trump writes a speech and she tears it up right on TV. I mean, it was just no offense, it's boring now.
Yeah, it's
so boring now. I mean, hey, we all hated Trump, but it wasn't so boring.
Well, they had a hoop rod up so you don't look at idle hand. Idle hands. That's a good. You remember Eric? There's a horror movie called Idle Hands. Pretty good. Yeah, signature of law. That's right. If he writes it with the opposite hand that he's supposed to write with, it's technically not a law, right? Because he's. But yeah. I thought with him was he was a big liar. He was like, but he's a professional actor, WWF actor. Enjoyed his show. I did enjoy enjoy his show.
I'm sorry, enjoy whose show?
Trumpy's. Trumpy. I enjoyed the show. I compare him to like the Osbournes.
I don't care what Americans say. His show. I didn't really watch it, but his show was in the top 10 ratings. So that means most Americans watched it. Doesn't matter what they think of him, they watched him.
Yeah, I enjoyed his show. Now, those of you that are smart like me, once he gave trillions of dollars to fucking Elon Musk, you already knew fake.
She wrote something long here. Alien hand syndromes can be caused by several factors. People develop alien hand syndrome after stroke, trauma, or tumor. It's sometimes associated with cancer, neurodegenerative disease, and brain aneurysm. Joe Biden meets all that criteria.
He meets all of that criteria.
And happens with the real thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a whole show on that. But it's funny. And then afterwards, Biden falls, and I was like, hey, he's a lefty pretending to be a righty. He's got alien hand syndrome. It's funny. Yeah.
No. So you said you might be doing a video this weekend?
Yeah, I might do one tomorrow, like I usually do on Saturday. Yeah. I found some weed on the ground today. So I found a whole fucking thing of weed. I'm walking along. I found it in the park. I'm like, holy shit. God loves me. The gods love me. They blessed me with marijuana in a foreign country. I'm not joking, by the way.
I haven't got all the shows with names next week yet, but I know we're going to do a show on Monday about we're going to go over every person who's considered who died twice in the Mandela world.
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one, but I think we could do it.
Yeah, you have to do research because remember,
Bowie.
It's speculative on
It's
many people
It is
account.
speculative. It is speculative.
Yeah.
And we're gonna give it a shot. And I know on one of the days, Suggestoric Red is coming back on the show.
Oh, cool.
Because the poor guy, we were talking to each other on Instagram, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm home for the next 2 weeks, so I could come on for the next 2 weeks because he caught the
Corona.
yeah, he caught the corona, so he can't be at work for 2 weeks." So I'm like, cool. You mean so? I'm like, so I gave him the days. I go, you pick a day, you come on. So he's home for 2 weeks because of the corona.
Sure, absolutely.
He has to be home for 2 weeks. So I'm like, cool.
Great
So
guy. I enjoy him on the show.
Well,
he's fantastic.
I want him on. I want him on by himself because I want to break down on where he started to believe there's something different in the world.
Sure.
Because Teenage is awesome. You always come on with Teenage, but this time I kind of want him on his own to really know, when did you start to notice, in life when things aren't what they seem to be? When did you start waking up to ideas that things can be different in life?
Yeah.
Kind of like his personal story in a way.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Perfect. Yeah. I enjoy having him on. Absolutely. So
Biden is a mythical creature, though. Yeah, he was perfect for the show today, right?
Yeah.
He is a perfect. So
thank you, Tom, for putting my channel in there. I think you put my Robert Wood channel. Thank you. I've never seen my channel in there. Thank you. Yeah, you guys. Mine's for my channel's a little bit different. It's not like this one. So I mean, you might be comfortable or uncomfortable. It doesn't matter. I have my own little crew of people that've been with me since the beginning of 16. So yeah, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Everything I do.
And so you guys watch out for that. Oh, cool. Yeah, if you guys want to email me, Don H put my email address in there. You can email me. Lately, the last 2 weeks on late Friday nights, I've been putting some movie reviews up after a movie I see on Friday night. But tonight, I'm going to movies. It's actually an older movie that we're gonna go see tonight. It's not a horror movie or no, I guess it is a sci-fi. We're gonna go see Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh yes, I like it.
Which is an older movie. It's playing, so we're gonna go watch that tonight. So I'm not gonna do a movie review on that. It's already an older movie, but the movie Hood'em technically comes out on streaming services tomorrow. So I will be doing a movie review on Hood'em because I interviewed the guy. He gave me access to watch it. So I'm going to do a movie review on that, but I'll probably release it tomorrow because it's not released until tomorrow. So I don't want to do a review like, hey, Eric, I want to check that out. Oh, it's not out yet.
You don't want to do that.
There's Torres. I'm late. I heard there were Harry.
There was. You would have had a ball with this one, man. You would have been a lot of that for you, dude. It's too bad you missed it, cabron. You were late, bitch. You can't have fun now.
Yeah,
miss the fun.
So, and then maybe I could work out the camera issues that I had before the show. Bob was like, Eric, there's a square falling your head.
Yeah, I don't know. I told him to keep it on. I thought it was entertaining. I was like, I should shut up. If he wasn't my brother, I wouldn't have said nothing. But I'm like, I better tell him. It's fucking following his face around. It was funny though. You should just leave it on next time. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get it worked out.
Yeah.
I'll get it worked out. So beyond that, guys, I hope you guys had a good time today. I hope you guys had a relaxing, fun time. And then beyond that, man, we'll see everybody Monday. I'll see some of you on the Hard Talk channel on Tuesday. And then beyond that, people, be safe and have a great time. I see you guys all later.
Yeah. Yes.
I keep on pushing down.